You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Unknown. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I'm Brooke Scott. So although we've all heard this expression before, and it's been attributed to Oscar Wilde or Will Rogers, it's really, its origin is unknown, but we all understand what it means. And I wanted to tell you guys a story. So I was calling to make reservations for a large party in a couple of weeks at a restaurant. And I called a first restaurant, and the young lady who answered the phone had such a tone in her voice that was I was inconveniencing her by happening to call the restaurant there. And it was kind of a funny story because I called a restaurant that actually isn't open for lunch, even though I was trying to make a lunch reservation. So she was helpful in informing me that they were not open for lunch. But all in all, the impression that I got of that restaurant was negative. That I started to think about, well, let me tell you the second story. So then I picked up the phone and I called another restaurant that's really well known. It's a really well-known food truck that has become a restaurant, and people just rave about it. And boy, oh boy, the gentleman, young guy who answered the phone was so joyful and just so upbeat. He was appreciative that I had called. Whether he's been trained to say that or if that's just his personality, there was a significant difference. And no matter what time they had available, I was making my reservation at this restaurant. So I started to go down this path thinking about, is it an education thing? Is it a personality thing? Regardless, as individuals, I would hope that we would all want to project ourselves better in that first impression, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So I think about the first young lady that I spoke to, and my impression of her is that she's probably bored at work, or she doesn't really want this job, or she hasn't been trained well, or not good leadership or management, whatever it is. And then I think about the gentleman at the second place that I called and how upbeat he was. And maybe he was trained in customer service like Chick-fil-A does their training. Who knows? Or maybe that's just his personality is to be, but kudos to the person who hired him and put him on the phone, because my first impression of this second restaurant is one that's going to last with me. He carried me positively through the rest of the day, just the way his demeanor was. So kudos to that restaurant for putting that person on the phone, because my first impression to them is that this is going to be an awesome lunch. I hope you guys have a great Wednesday and a great week, and I'll see you next week.